guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be over the Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow Palette. This one is in Tropical Days. I will be doing a tutorial using this, basically also the one that I'm wearing on my eyes. And then I'm going to do a little review for y'all and everything. I did have some struggles with some of the shades in this palette. You will see I experienced fallout, no pigment, difficulty getting pigment, so you will see the struggle in this tutorial. But I was really intrigued because I love the butter line from Physicians Formula, and I also do have the other butter palette in Sultry Nights. So if y'all want to see a tutorial over this one, I definitely will do it, but I was just more intrigued with the Tropical Days one for this tutorial, but I will use this one in a future tutorial. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I will have this link down below as well as the face products that I did use if I can remember, but let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're just gonna jump in real quick. I do have both of the Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow palettes. This one is in Tropical Days and then this one is in Sultry Nights. So I'm not too sure which one I want to use yet. They are pretty kind of different. Some of them, you know, have like a blue shade, a purple shade. Sultry Nights is a little more like copperish brown. Tropical Days has like a little bit more of like a blushy coral shade, so I'm just not really too sure which one I want to use. Honestly, I want to use both, but then again, I feel like I should just use one. So this right here is Tropical Days, and then this right here is Sultry Nights. So I'm kind of thinking I want to use Tropical Days, and then maybe in a different tutorial I will use Sultry Nights, but Tropical Days just is kind of speaking to me right now, so I think this is the one I want to use. Taking this shade right here first, I'm actually going to just fluff this into my crease, and the first thing I noticed when I opened these was the smell. They smell just like the butter blush. So butter blush, well, the blushes and the bronzer. But if you don't like the smell of that like coconut tropical smell, you definitely will not like the smell of these, because that's obviously what it is their butter line. But these eyeshadows are very, very soft and fluffy, so you can see it blending out pretty easily. I do like this shade though. This shade would almost be pretty just to put in the crease and then put like a pretty light shimmer shade on the lid. So I think today I want to do a halo eye just because I really haven't done a halo eye in a long time. I'm going to take this shade right here. It's more of a pinky shade. This is actually called Island Hop. I just now realized that the names are literally on the back of the palette. So that shade I used was actually called Coastal Chic. Now we're going to go in Island Hopping. And let me just say this as like an announcement here to other brands. Please do this. They literally put the layout of the eyeshadows on the back with the names on each shade, because I get confused because sometimes it's flipped which way the eyeshadows are going and which way it's named. So can we just all do this? It's like a PSA or whatever it is, TSA, personal statement or something. Just let's start doing this. This is so much better. I'm gonna take this like purplish mauve shade and I'm going to put it right here in our outer V as well as our inner corner. The shade's definitely more pigmented than what I was thinking actually. It's got good pigment. I may have to switch brushes. I didn't think it would be this pigmented. I would have to say it has a stronger purple tone than what I thought it was going to. I honestly thought like when you started blending it out it was gonna kind of like blend away. I'm going to go with that first brush that we did use, and this is a BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 5 brush. It's one of my favorite blending brushes, and I'm just going to go over the crease area, make sure that there are no lines. I'm now going to take this deeper purple shade right here called Peer Pressure, and I am going to focus this shade only on the outer half of my little V right here in the inner corner. I feel like this shade's not being picked up really well. I'm having to really like swirl my brush in there. And I do have a little bit of fallout right here underneath this eye, and I'm not too sure if it's from the purple shade I'm trying to get to show up right now because I'm really having to like dig my brush in the color. I don't know why this like color is having such a hard time showing up. Y'all can kind of see the dark purple, but I'm really having to dip my brush in there. It's just having a little difficult time. So that's the only bad part, but we are gonna go on with the lid shade now. So I did spray my brush with Fix Plus, just because that is normally what I like to do with my shades no matter what, because we already experienced some fallout with the matte shades. Just wanna go ahead and take some standard precautions, but I think I'm going to take this shade right up here. This is called Ready for Rio. Really not picking up on my brush. I don't know, can y'all see that right there? My brush has like no product, and I'm pressing and like barely anything is coming off. I don't know. Okay, we'll see what's on my brush. Okay. There's nothing on my eye. I'm like, okay, we're gonna scrape now. We're gonna press real hard. See if we can get some color up. I don't know if it's just pressed really firmly. Like, what? There's nothing on my eye. Okay, let's switch brushes here. Let's try this other brush. I'll go with my MAC 242. That never lets me down. So let's see if this picks it up a little bit better. I feel like that picked it up a little bit better, but it still sucks. Like, what? I'm sorry. Do you see that? It's like so faint. The pigment is so faint. And I can feel the fallout falling onto my lap. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh no, this is not okay. There's so much of this fallout right here in this pan. That looks a little bit better, but I mean, you shouldn't have to work that hard to get a color to show up. I mean, it's like non-existent unless you scrape the freaking pan. So this is a bummer. This definitely is a pretty big downfall for the palette in my opinion, because the mattes are beautiful, but I mean, you can't get the shimmers to work, then what's the point, you know? Maybe the other palette will be different. I'm gonna try a different shimmer shade though. I'm gonna take, I gotta get all this extra fallout off. I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is called a Sightseeing. It looks a little bit more taupey, so I'm gonna go in with this and see if it shows up a little bit. Oh yeah. Okay, see how that showed up immediately? My brush is actually picking this one up. So I wonder if this one's pressed a little bit differently, because as you can see, this one's like pressed flat, but this one over here has like a little bit of a wave to it. So I wonder if it's because it has that little wave, if it makes it easier to pick up. But I got some fallout on me now, so I'm actually going to just take a brush real quick and blend out the crease. And then I'm going to get a little bit more of that darker purple shade and kind of blend together these lines. But I think that's all I want to do right now for the upper lashes. I'm not impressed. Like, I'm really not impressed by this. That one shimmer shade right here just completely like turned me off from the palette. The mattes were really good and the other shimmer shade was good, but that one's pretty crap if you ask me. So I am going to finish the rest of my face makeup, do bronzer, anything off camera, and then I will come back and we'll do lower lash line, and then we will wrap up this video. Okay, so face makeup is done. I went with like a fun highlighter. It's actually from the Naked Cosmetics like holographic highlighter. I mixed a little bit of like a pink, a more like brighter pink, and like a purple. I don't know, I was feeling a little feisty today, so I figured we'd do that. But to finish up the lower lash line, I am going to take a pencil brush, and I'm actually going to mix together the purple shade we used on top and that first lighter shade we used. And I'm just going to butt this out. I actually applied a brown eyeliner from Essence on my waterline. And then for our inner corner and brow bone highlight, that way it matches our base highlight, I'm going to go in with this Naked Cosmetics palette. I literally blended the 3 top shades together, so that's what I'm going to do for our inner corner and our brow bone. I need to put on lower lash mascara. I don't know why, but more recently I have been into like pinky highlights. I have no idea what it is. I bought another one from Wet n Wild. It's from their like, what is it? Astrology sign collection or whatever. I bought that and I've been really liking that. So I don't know what's going on. I've just been really enjoying pinkier highlight. I'm gonna apply some of my Pixie Lower Lash Mascara. And then for lips, I figured we will just keep it in this nice kind of mauve-y, dusty pink family, and of course, very affordable. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Lipstick in the shade Rebel Rose. And this is going to be the finished look. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I did say, I did use the Tropical Days one today, but I want to use the Sultry Nights one in a different video, just so I can see if maybe the shimmers in here are the same kind of quality as that one shimmer that I did try to use from the other palette. Every shade I used in the Tropical Days palette was good except that one shimmer. I don't know what was wrong with it. Like I said, I don't know if it's the way it was pressed. Maybe it was because it didn't have that little wave through it. It made it more stiff. I don't know, but it was just really hard to work with and I didn't like it. And the other one was this purple shade. Again, it was kind of hard to work with. I kind of had to dig my brush in there to get some of the pigment out. That's really my only complaint though. I believe these are kind of more pricey for the drugstore. I believe they are around the $15 mark, and I was right. Yes, it's $16.99, and this is on the Ulta website. So I would have to say, if you're okay with some of the shimmers not, you know, performing 100%, definitely go for it. But at the same time, you're creeping up to 20 bucks, and there's Makeup Revolution palettes that are a little bit cheaper around the same price point that have really good pigment and all shades are good. Or even simply like all these palettes back here in the first row at ColourPop. I'd 100% recommend ColourPop palettes over these because the ColourPop shimmers are stunning. Even their single eyeshadows are very stunning. So that's just kind of my opinion on it, but you know, if you're okay with some of them not working, I would definitely check it out. But like I said, ColourPop is really good ones. Makeup Revolution, the Milani palettes are really good as well. But I will link these down below off Ulta's website just in case you are interested. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe and I will see you guys later. Bye y'all.